Okay, sir. Malaking usapin ngayon yung SAP. Kayo ba, are you encountering the same problems that majority of the LGUs are encountering?
Yes, definitely. Here in San Juan, we were given 16,309 SAP slots. And definitely, this number is not enough for those who are qualified under the DSWD guidelines. So it is a challenge on how to ensure that this number is spread in an equitable manner. In fact, what I did was, based on our population data in 2019, we divided the 16,309 among the 21 barangays so that no one will complain why this barangay got more, why this barangay got less, because it was distributed based on population. Now, if a barangay is not able to use up their slots because they're considered, for instance, a middle-class barangay, then the unused slots can be redistributed to other barangays that need it more. But of course, it's very challenging because often people will say, bakit kami hindi kasama? Mahirap din naman kami, wala rin kaming trabaho, apektado rin kami ng COVID-19. It's very hard to explain. And the DSWD gave a lot of guidelines as to who will fall within the category of qualified beneficiary. So we really just have to live with it and make the most out of this number. Now, what we had to do was we had to come up with our own funds to be able to cover for those who are qualified for SAP but were not part of the listing. And that's what we are doing now. We are just finishing the SAP payout first, and then once we are done and we see that there are still households that are qualified but were not included in the list, then we use our additional funding for them. It may not be as big as 8,000 from SAP, but it's still a substantial amount that can help them.
Original deadline po ng SAP distribution was supposed to be tonight, going over to tomorrow, but it was extended for 1 more week. But even then, nakailang percent na po kayo dun sa 16,000 allotment na binigay sa inyo ng DSWD?
No, mababa pa rin kami. Nasa around 12% pa lang kami, sa totoo lang. That's why we wrote Secretary Bautista of the DSWD a letter. All 17 mayors signed it, and we were supported by our MMDA chairman. We actually requested up to May 15 to give us up to 15 to be able to complete the payouts. However, what was given was 7 days. But
7 days.
We will make sure that in the next 7 days we will be able to complete this. I can speak for San Juan. No? Ang mahirap kasi talaga dyan yung validation. But once they're validated, tuloy-tuloy na yung payout yan eh. Medyo madali na yung payout. It's very ministerial. You just have to check sila talaga yung recipient, and you hand over the funds to them. Ang challenging talaga dyan, yung validation, sapagkat yung mga nililistan nila kapitan, no, yung mga barangay captain, magsasubmit sa nilang listahan, eventually kailangan pang i-cross-check yan. Just like what I said earlier, posibleng may duplication, posibleng may trabaho yung mga nilagay nila ron, no? Posibleng hindi qualified, tapos meron doon nagduduplicate within the family. So kailangan mong i-check yan. So ako, I'd rather go through the more careful route, no? Kasi pag masyado mong madaliin at mali-mali ang listahan mo, eventually tatagal ka rin eh. So ako, ang instructions ko, mas mabuti ng slowly but surely, because once we have a validated list, the payout will be very fast. So yung 7-day extension is enough for us here in San Juan.
Bumabagal yung validation. Where's the bottleneck?
Okay. Actually, in both ends, no, merong bottleneck. Sapagkat ito ang reality din dyan. 16,309 lang yan. No? Si Kapitan, problema niya, sinong pipiliin niya? For instance, isang barangay, nabigyan siya kunwari ng 2,000 slots. No? Ngunit yung qualified para sa SAP, 5,000 sa barangay niya. Imagine how hard it is for the Kapitan to choose 2,000 from among 5,000 who are all qualified. So, siyempre meron ding pressure on his part na siguraduhin tama yung listahan niya. Ngayon, yung delay dito sa submission ni Kapitan, eventually, nung nakuha ng local DSWD natin for validation, siya naman kailangan maghabol, kailangan naman din i-cross-check sapagkat hindi naman lahat ng sinulat ni kapitan ay talagang qualified. So, meron at meron pa rin tayong nakikitang mga sinulat na kapitan, ngunit may trabaho pala, magkakapatid pala, hindi na pala taga San Juan, ngunit doon bumoboto. All of these things come out in the validation. Thus, we have to cross them out. And then eventually, you will have to redo your payroll. Sapagkat naisingit na yung ibang mga maling pangalan sa payroll, no nakita ng validation na mali, uulitin mo na naman yan. And that is part of the liquidation process because once you pay out and eventually mag-liquidate ka, kung mali ang liquidation mo, mayayari ka rin. So, yung mga accountable officers ng City Hall, no, the people who are bonded who actually pay out, sila rin mag-iingat sapagkat liable silang makasuhan kung sakaling merong mabigyan sila ng pondo na hindi naman talaga dapat mabigyan. So, it is in both ends that the bottleneck is happening.